I brought you on because I heard the new song, The Trill World. And, when we get into some editing,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
throw the graphic and the cover art. But I want to get into the business and the game of beef. I mean, I'm hearing this song and it sounds really personal. So, I mean, tell me, is this like Kanye? You trying to get attention? Because it sounded like some real issues going down in Louisiana. And, I like to solve those issues. What's going on?
Like I say, it ain't, it's never not that, about getting no attention or nothing. It's like, it just is what it is and it's the truth. So I feel like me personally with this, if I just can't let it ride. Like, if you don't help somebody do this, do this, do this, do this, and help their career like this or that, and then they come out acting like you ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? It's just a type of way. But I just feel like Louisiana people just be out here really don't have a lot. So it just, I think a lot of this stuff be more about respect because, that's all you got out here really.
But Rich, you've worked with, Trill Entertainment, Little Boosie, Webby, I mean the whole roster. I mean, you've done big things. This is to me, I mean, I don't even know the dude's name like that. And I know you produced and put stuff out, but no one's really heard of him.
Mm.
Do you think that this might give him more clout where somebody from the industry may
I mean,
listen and say, oh wow.
I mean, I wish the best for everybody in every situation. So I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. But if they would, what I'm saying, it's like however. But like, I feel like people still don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, and even if people do know about this person more, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because if me shedding light on it, give him enough light for this or that, then I mean it worked out for everybody. But at the end of the day, it ain't start out supposed to be like that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
So that's the whole thing.
okay. I mean, this rapper who, as far as I know, is no name. Um, but
Mm.
I don't want to down anybody because you pretty much you fathered this rapper. I mean, you showed him the ropes and how to do things, and I mean, he could really call you sir. If not, if you're not asking him to call you
Yeah,
daddy, but
like
you put him on,
I feel like this.
huh?
I said like this. I don't never really do nothing I do for somebody to say, I did this for them or this or that. Because really I do what I do when I help people is because I really want to help them. But I mean, sometimes I feel like people take your niceness, take your not kindness for weakness. You see what I'm saying? So like in that situation, what you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't even know about this. Like it just kind of got me tripped out because I don't even really be studying the situation. But then I don't know, like people be acting like they got a problem and this and that, looking crazy and this and that. And just before that, you were just trying to dab me up, hollering out the window like, "Hey, what's happening? What's happening? It's all good." And then all of a sudden, you just switch up, like, and that's what got me about it. So if it's that, it's that. But if you mean like I extended the offer in this situation for just to get it right with a phone call.
But
But what you doing to where you can't give me a phone call?
let's circle back because I haven't heard the beef song that he made about you. Was it the song or is it that
Mm.
when you're out and about, you're
It's
hearing
not really.
things,
It's
these
not the
soft
song.
threats or whatever? I mean, what is it?
I mean, that song, like I say, I take music as being music. Because if it's gonna be what that or whatever, it would have been that, or it's gonna be that or whatever. So it is what it is. But if you're gonna do music, you're gonna do music. But you know what I mean? I ain't really tripping about the lyrics of the song much or this or that. It's just the principle. Because if I give you free studio time to come in here and record music, and you record music in here trying to diss me and sneak behind here and go do this and do that, and like I said, I ain't heard from. I mean, it just, you know what I mean. If you don't hear from somebody in like 5 months that you know what I mean, you always be hearing from. So it just made me feel like something else be going on. You know what I mean? So I don't really be getting involved with it. I be ducked off. But you know what I mean? If I go outside and I see, you know what I mean, people looking at me like they got a problem. You know what I mean? I be, you know what I mean? So I ain't here to throw nobody under the bus here, there. But I mean, if I'm gonna put how I feel in my music, and that's just how I feel, especially when you record your so-called this song or this or that at my house. You know what I mean?
Was
So
but was
if you record, if
but
huh?
if somebody, records a diss song in your house, it almost sounds like Easy E when he said, Dre, I'm still getting paid off Dre Day. It was a
I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But you know, I don't know. Like this my thing. This my thing. I don't really be when I work with artists and stuff. I don't really be trying to give people the bad deals and stuff like that. I give everybody great deals that they would never get any other way in the industry or anything. You see what I'm saying? I get them the game. I get them everything. So I just feel it's a principle thing. Like how you gonna do this, woo, 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 woo. But when I'm talking to you, you ain't woo, 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 woo. You see what I'm saying? So that just get me, so it must be rap. So if we gonna rap, just rap, you know what I mean? And just leave it at that and stop, you know what I mean? But if it's that, you know what I mean, it's however. So it's I don't really even understand the situation. And that's what, you know what I mean? So I just been really just making music and stuff and just easing my mind, just not really tripping about it. But I mean, when I go out, Louisiana's so small, we gonna go to the same place. We gonna see the same people. We gonna see each other in the store. You know what I mean? So if it ain't no issue, just, I don't understand why it be still an issue. You know what I mean? Unless it's really an issue. So if you know what I mean? So that's, like I say, if I put it in a song and I put all this in the music and all that, obviously I ain't really much tripping about doing it to the person. You know what I mean? Because that's stupid. But you know what I mean? It's the principle. Like people don't be knowing who they playing with. And people just really shouldn't be playing with people. People need to learn how to respect people and just have respect off the rip, for real.
But respect is
That's
out the
it,
window.
really.
I mean, it's 2020. Nobody has respect. Nobody sticks by any code. It's like it's the wild, wild west. Every man for himself. And so, I mean, do you ever think that this song will maybe have this person be so embarrassed? Because you basically, I mean, you sunned the man in the song. You like, man, you were waiting for me to hand you the phone. I mean, I heard the song once and I can remember the lyrics. That's
If that's the truth, though, why not get that man that do that for you that respect? You know what I mean? Like, it's not every day you gonna get put on the phone with these people and people be acting like they this and that and this and that. And I don't even be acting like that. I'm just trying to reach out and help these people. So why can't I, you know what I mean? I ain't say, your album produced by Rich Boy, everything, and every track got Rich Boy tags over it, and I ain't put designed by Rich Boy on your website, and Rich Boy made your covers, and Rich Boy did your whole career, made your name and your new little moniker you go by. I ain't say all that. But what you want me to do, you just want me, so you gonna just take my shit and you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. So people that want to do something to you and just nothing happen to you. You know what I mean? But we all adults though, and we grown. So people that need to know how to respect grown people and handle business as it should be.
Man, so I mean, I get it, and I know the type of love and energy you put into people. We've done business for way too many moons, so I definitely get it. I don't understand.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I say it like this. Like, it's plenty of people I have problems with. You getting a little disagreement with people here and there, woo, 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 woo. But, I mean, usually you have an opportunity to talk it through. I'm going to just say it like this. Like I say, with this situation, I don't really much care. It just shocked me that the same person, when they ain't got nothing, they damn near on their deathbed, you will make sure, check on them, make sure they family good, woo, 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 check on them in the hospital. And I'll be sitting on my deathbed and people up here, when I sick with COVID or whatever, whatever had me sick for 2+ weeks, you know what I mean? And I see these people mugging me and stuff when I go outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the real problem? because we all got phones. You could text me. You know what I mean? You're right there. It's not, if you know what I mean. So is it really that deep of a problem to where every time you go, you know what I mean, you got to look at somebody like you cross-eyed or crazy or this or that, or now the same people that used to dab me up, they don't even want to look me in my face. They had their head down and stuff, but they ain't never even had to come to this because I was never tripping off the rip. I was just saying, bro, just give me a courtesy call, goddamn, and you know what I mean, and we good. I ain't say give me $100,000 or $50,000 or $250,000 for your project, bro. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about that.
I mean, but what's the line you said in the song where you were said, like, I handed you the phone? It reminded me like what you would do to a groupie or something. Like you talking to somebody popular and you just wanted to, impress somebody.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't even no situation like that, though. It was like I was talking about this song and I'm trying to really set a real deal. So you know what I'm saying? I call different levels of people in Trill, and they, you know what I mean, they listen to it because I say, boom, listen to that, check that out, boom, you doing this, boom, that. And it really wasn't even doing much at the time. So I end up calling, you know what I'm saying, I called Turk, they say call him, you know what I'm saying, I call him to get that stamp. And then he like, man, Rich Boy, if you know what I mean, if you like and you dealing with it, I'm a stamp it, I'm a co-sign, whatever you know what I mean? And it come to this because of what I'm saying. I got other artists I could deal with, other artists I could put in that situation. I could put myself in that situation. It ain't like, you know what I mean, I need somebody talent here or there, here or there. Like, I mean, pretty much everything I'm doing is in-house. So, like, what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand where people get the airs of arrogance or ego when, if anything, I should have the biggest ego, but I ain't never played nobody like that. And that's why I say about respect, because, I mean, like, if you really doing what, I mean, like, if you really around people and you really maneuvering in this industry and in the street and doing this and that, you got to have some respect about yourself and deal with people a certain way. You can't just be thinking you Billy Badass everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Because obviously that it ain't gonna, you know what I mean? That just be how I feel. Because if you could do that to somebody helping you, that means you just ain't got no respect across the board. Not just, like, I'm a person on principles. So if I see you doing that, and I ain't really get too much personal into other stuff, but I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, that's not my place. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not doing this thing, and I don't agree with that, this, and this, I mean, who am I to be around you if I don't agree with that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like, and people might have taken that the wrong way, but I mean, like, I still help people, still showed up, shot their videos. These same people trying to run around, act like they this big bully, boo, 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 boo. They were you know what I mean? Like, hey, can you please help me? Can you put me on? You know what I mean? And that was so crazy. Like, why do we even have to even come with over some music? And that's why I used to tell him over song. Like, it just songs. And it shouldn't ever have to come to no real problems over just a song. So I feel like this, though. If I put out a song now and it hurts your feelings, but if I put out songs at the beginning of the year and them songs hurt their feelings, and I wasn't saying nothing. So I might as well say how I feel and put my music out, how I want to put it out, because ain't nobody putting no dollars up, ain't nobody putting no money up, ain't nobody putting no connections up, ain't nobody do none of the stuff I had to do for me, you know what I mean, to make it, to get to where I gotta go, to you know what I mean? So, or else they'll be helping me. You know what I'm saying? So,
but how much
I don't know, we just be like,
how much of this is that's just how rap is, where nobody can say I'm number two, I gotta be number one, and how much
yeah. Whatever I'm saying. I think that is what it is, though. I think it's like, it's such a competitive avenue that, you know, like, people want you to work for them. People want you to, you know, help them get to where they trying to go. But when it's time for you to get to where you trying to go, they don't even be helping you get to what your goals is, even though you willing to help them get to what their goals is. So it's very competitive and it's very cutthroat. And that's why I say I don't even approach the artists like that. And some of the artists have been in other situations where they've been done way worse. And that's when I come in the situation and try to help them get their rights and get their, you know what I mean, get their money and little checks in that they're supposed to be getting that they ain't been getting it. And that's what and if somebody help you do all that, like what kind of person are you, or what principles do you have if that's who you gonna turn your back, or you gonna try to snake somebody that helped you get what you deserve in the first place that nobody gave you that was around you?
Well, I mean, people aren't loyal. They've never been in entertainment. It's a reason. I mean, they don't remember what they said last week, not to say a minute ago, because they say whatever they have to say. So, I mean, and we know that in music, and egos start before anybody knows you. So, I mean, can we even blame the artist? Because it's almost like you have to have an ego for the artist to, even create sometimes.
Yeah, true. And I mean, I'ma still blame the artist though, because at the end of the day, we all grown. Like if you go work at IBM or something, and you think you this hot shot, you can't have no ego. Why do people think just because they in rap they gonna have this ego and they gonna act like that is? I mean, I understand the music is it shows what's going on in the world. So you gonna say this, and that, whoop, whoop. But I mean, why do people try to take it like just because you said this in this record, that's you this person? You see what I'm saying? Like that don't make you this what you just said just because you said it. What make you what you said is you doing what you said you was doing. You know what I mean? Like, and like I say, music is art and a form of entertainment. So I mean, it's gonna be embellishments here and there. But at the end of the day, once that actor leave that acting studio, they know to turn to a regular person. I mean, some of them, right? So, I mean, this is how I'm looking at it. Some people gonna have bigger egos, the bigger artists or bigger actors or bigger executives or whatever, however you want to look at it, or in whatever arena you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, if this person came in here and said, "I'ma help you get to right here," don't do nothing to that. Like, why would you do something to that person? Because they could have just never helped you at all and just went about their day and still been getting money. You see what I'm saying? So it's a competitive thing, but like I say, I'm the type of person. I'm up on like all type of stuff, like the 48 laws of power and everything. So like I just look at it like if you help somebody too much, you say they gonna despise you. So I just feel like I helped somebody too much and they despise me. But I feel like this: if they despise me that much and this much, like how deep does somebody have to have hate or despise or envy you for them to still be walking around months later and still carrying this on their back like they got a problem or issue and don't even try to solve it? Don't even try to. And I done talk to people in between and this and that and all that because they called me when it first happened. And I just said, like I say, talk to them on the phone, call, whatever. Because if you see me every day, and I'm talking to you every day, how does it become to where you can't tell me what the problem is? If I tell this person or whoever what I tell people what I got a problem with.
No, but
so
you're
I
talking
don't really
about
understand.
majority, and I know Cat ain't like a young dude, but it's just a lot of stuff going on now where folks miss that lesson. That's why I got to come out with the new channel or the new segment, what your daddy should have told you. Because people just don't have common sense anymore. And I bet if he came on here, he would have it justified in his mind. But we could settle that whole beef just like this to say, what was the real beef? Do work for you for free or for a discount, and you still got a problem. But, I don't know if I'll get that call or inbox. I invite it, though, because I don't run from anything.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it because it's like now we're seeing in hip hop 15, 20, 30 years later, rappers are like, oh, I didn't even have to beef with that man like that, but I was stupid back then. But it took 20,
And,
30
and,
years for you to understand that y'all could have made real money together. You could have had a real empire if
and that,
everybody played that part, but people want to play your part and theirs, and that's the problem with, just us in general, as a community, as a country, whatever. Everybody wants to be everything. So again, to that rapper, somebody will share this with them and say, look, he was talking about you even after the song. Man, holler at me. Let's have a conversation. Rich is my dude. And I know, Rich, you're probably one of the most easygoing people I know. So when people have a problem with you, I don't get it. They're usually crazy.
it's just like I say, I ain't even really much go into all the details, all the little bit of it, because to me it's really petty, and that's why even when it was a problem initially and all this, I could have said way more. I could have went way deeper on issues and this and that and this and that. But it just at the end of the day, what is if it ain't no problem, it ain't no problem, and if it's a problem, like what is the problem? And if we can't express what the problem is, then obviously we don't want no solution, no resolution. So if you don't want no solution, no resolution, then the only way I can handle it how I gotta handle it. And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? So it ain't no problem, but survival is the first law, so I ain't gonna let nobody play with me now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not no
So
problem.
I'm open. Look, how I feel is now initially I feel like what I felt like it like I like you just said sometimes people don't know certain things, right? And initially I'd be like, oh, I don't want this person around me, woo, woo, woo. But I mean people can grow in this and that, but I don't really be trusting nobody though. And I expressed that initially to this person too. Cause you know what I mean? But I like I say, a simple phone call could have ended this whole issue. But ain't nobody reach out. Like I say, people reach out when they want beats, when they want graphics, when they want websites, when they want this and that. But when I say, you know what I mean, I'm sick and this and that, and I can't, they don't see that because they just see what they want. And I understand that how life go. You see what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna just keep moving on, getting this and that. But I mean, if he reach out to you, you know what I mean? It's whatever. But I don't really, like I say, I don't really be trusting nobody because stuff like this and other stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't new to this. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing this, so
Yeah.
I done seen it before. It don't shock me. It don't hurt me. It just made me like, damn. You know what I mean? Like who would think at this age and this and this and this and this, you would still have these same issues,
Man, jealous.
especially when you're not doing that. I can see if I was like trying to rob them or doing this or doing like if it was like if I was, you know what I mean, trying to get over on them, put them in this bad deal, put them in this, send them up there with them other people, and you know what I mean. Like I can see if I was trying to do, like I'm trying to be mature and do the right thing for the area and for everybody, and then this what happened to me. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say like it was more like I just feel like you can't let nobody tarnish your reputation. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like people be these big artists or this or that, but I just can't let it ride. And that's just why I had to speak on it and just put the truth out there on the mixtape and stuff, you know? So it ain't, like I said, I ain't say I'm gonna hurt them, do this, do that, woo, woo, woo. And if a person listens to all my other music and they thinking, woo, 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 and they think I'm rapping about them, it's like, so every song you hear on the radio is they rapping about you. You know what I mean? So I feel like I was put into a place where they tried to make making music uncomfortable for me, and I'm gonna just get back in my comfort zone and just keep dropping. I feel like I'm just getting started, getting warmed up. I done dropped about 60 mixtape tracks. 20 on the album. And that's only 4 or 5 months. So we making progress over here.
And you're dropping videos, it seems weekly, if not daily. So I mean, your life isn't wrapped up in this beef, and you're producing, and during these COVID times, doing what you got to do. I haven't seen you fly the drone out like like you used to?
No, I got a good story that somebody want me to tell. No, I ain't gonna tell it. I ain't gonna tell
Okay.
it. No, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I was flying the drone and I had a crash.
Oh, you
It
crashed it?
crashed. It crashed.
Wait, the Phantom can crash and not come back? The Phantom is strong.
No, yeah, like it went to the tree and and it went down wrong. It went down on the side and it just like the little blade just flew off and everything. I tried to fix it, but we still looking at it. I think it'll be fixed. It just it took a little damage. So, but that ain't the only. That's the. We still shot a lot with it before though, but it did take a little. I try to make risky shots and stuff like that. It's because I wanted to look good. I'm trying to make movies over here.
Okay, okay, yeah. I mean, it's movies going on. It's so much, and that's why I was like, I didn't know. It sounded the song sounded personal, but I see, you producing, and I know you producing more and more. But I said, let me call Rich, make sure we don't have to, do, uh, anything,
I say, man, we gonna keep it. Like I say, if I look, a, a, a basketball player might play against Michael Jordan, and they might get mad Michael Jordan dunked on them and made a poster about it. But if you playing this game, you got to play this game for what it's worth, and just know that you need to improve, or you need to do this or do that, or learn this that you don't know. And people just be hating on people for no reason, not knowing that people put in the work to learn this and do this or do that, and actually had to figure this out with less than they have now. And that's the thing, people that you said earlier about kind of like beef and rap. That's what I feel like is a problem, that people gotta like just look at it like a sport where they should improve, not like you just come into this because you supposedly was a really street dude or this or that, and you just owe the whole game and that everybody do this and you don't even, I mean, like you might not even have the talent or the ability to even to make music or to use words correctly. So like it's always gonna be like I said, I just feel like it's like a sport, and these people ain't really. If these R&B fighters ain't got, I mean R&B fighters, if these R&B singers ain't got to do all that, even though they be doing that and this and that, but I feel like the music at the end of the day should speak for yourself, like for you. If you gotta do all this extra stuff, then your music ain't speaking for you. And if you supposed to be a musician and all your problems and your beef started because you a musician, then you need to go work on being a musician. Because if your music was better, people would probably respect you more, or respect the artist more. So, like that's how I feel to where it really don't be issues. It just be like ego and maybe even like how like I don't know what it's called, but when you tell somebody like, "Oh, you doing this wrong," and they be like, "No, I'm doing this right. It's right. I always do this." No, and it'd be like people don't want to be corrected. You know what I mean, or told any different than they know. But if what they knew was working, then they would be where they was trying to go. So
yeah.
what I mean, that's how I be feeling about it.
Tell me this, Rich, with the music and what is the community give back that you have when doing the music?
What you mean?
Like like you mentor a lot of artists and
Oh man, I mean like that, yeah. Like I mean, it's it's so much. I don't really want to say to people stuff and the events and all this stuff I done help people do. Not everything because that ain't why I do it, and I ain't why I help people. But I mean, like it's big events here and there and stuff that make the news and this and that, and I make sure they have their stuff and like people call me, boom, I need help here, boom, 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 and like, and I can respect that, even if like every time you talk to somebody, they ain't gonna be happy dealing with you or this or that. So even if we have a misunderstanding, it's still, like I say, if they just talk to me regular and this or that, you know, it ain't nothing but that a phone call can't solve as grown men and grown people. So it just, these artists, I tell them about I ain't gonna say too much game on here now, but I tell them about the game and, you know, watch out for this or watch out for this. And I teach them stuff that I was taught by Turk and stuff like that, because you can't you can't make the area hot if the artists ain't making good music. And if they don't know what they're doing, then they just gonna get robbed after they make the good music. So it would be no point of me trying to say I'm coming to help this area, and I'm not really giving them the game and telling them what they're supposed to do and this or that. So, like I say, initially before this, I was doing pretty much all the parties out here and all that. So that's why I say I ain't never really had issues with people like that. I've been the person like putting events and putting people in where they need to be and this and that. And like I say, it's been years. It's been years. And I ain't no issues. So I don't really,
Well,
you know, I think so a lot of stuff just be misunderstanding.
well, hopefully we help find a solution. Like I say, the artist he can call me if Rich is the daddy, I'm the grandfather, and we will, we can go.
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I ain't do what I when I help people. I ain't do it for the put it out there like, you
No,
know.
you didn't. But I'm just
Even
saying
though
that's
I be feeling like this, but I don't do it to be feeling like that.
that's
And
me
that's why I think
saying
people that's why I think when I say misunderstanding, I think like, you know, like people might be talking to the artists or these or just let's say in general, artists in general, the person might be like, oh, they doing this and this, and the artists start listening to people that have nothing to do with where they at right now, or what they had to even make these people interested in what they're doing.
Rich.
And I think, like I said, something small just turned big.